What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another deck profile here on TCGU University. I'm Michael, and for our final destination Canvas Championship, I decided to do Jedah under Chaos. Believe it or not, this character, in fact, does have 3 symbols. So let's get into it. So like I said, we're playing Jedah today. He's got 3 different effects, and like I said, we're playing him under Chaos. He says 628 life. It says enhance once per turn. If my opponent doesn't have any momentum, I can gift them momentum at the cost of them losing a foundation and draw a card. And then when I block, I can respond, destroy one of my foundations to make my opponent put one of their foundations into their momentum. And then I can enhance, give plus or minus damage equal to my opponent's momentum. A really good control character, just punishing your opponent for not having momentum. It feels good sometimes. I'm playing 2 Spiral Divina. It's a 4/3/4 high for 4. EX2 reversal weapon. It gets +1 damage for each of my opponent's momentum. And if they have 0, I get to draw a card. And then its deadlock enhances. I can look at my opponent's hand, take a card, and put it in their momentum. It's pretty good. Really good deadlock enhance. I'm playing 2 Sanguine Sacrificiale. I'm already playing like a decent amount of other 2s, so I didn't want to play a grip of 2s because I already feel like I'm playing a grip of 2s. I'm playing a total of 8 2s. But it's a 4 low for 5 that says enhance. Me and my opponent both choose a foundation in our staging areas and the opposing player's staging area and add it to our momentum. Then it's got a Jedah enhance of discard a momentum to draw 2 cards. It's got reversal. It's got stun 1. It's pretty good. I'm playing 2 Flying Yamato Spear. It's not what the card says on here, but that's basically what it is. It's a 5/2/3 low block, multiple 1 range safe, and then multiple copies of this card have safe. Yep, pretty sweet and simple. It's just a 6 high for 6. I'm playing 3 Falsae Inizio. I don't know. Tried. It's a 5/3/5 for 5 reversal weapon. It gets +1 damage for each of my opponent's momentum, and I get to draw a card. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. It's got 1 low block. This is where the deck gets a little crazy. I'm playing 4 cross-up. The idea of my deck is to make sure my opponent never has any foundations and also never any momentum. So it's a 4 mid for 4 with a response in the card pool that says if my opponent takes damage, they lose a momentum. So I can block with this, then play a Jedah, and then multiple, and just, did my Jedah hit you? Lose a momentum. Did my Jedah hit you? Lose a momentum. Did my Jedah hit you? Lose a momentum. And we can clear their momentum out that way to eat another foundation. It's got a deadlock enhance that we're not going to use. It just lets us stack a bunch of characters. It's got multiple 1, which is kind of neat. But we're just using it as a decent poke that gets rid of our opponent's momentum. I'm playing 4 Jedah de Lamento. It's a 3/3 3-bit for 3 with a 2 high block. Should have had a 3 high block. So many 3s. Jedah multiple 2 range reversal. After you block with it, you can take the top card of your deck and put it in your momentum, and then you can play it as a reversal. It's pretty good. It blows people out sometimes. And then probably the memeest card in our deck is a 4 Rando Spirit Gun. It's a 5/2 5 mid for 5. It's got charge, EX2, powerful 4, ranged. It lets us use Jedah's once per turn enhance over again if our opponent doesn't have any momentum, and I'll show you the next card that'll help us do that. And then it says if it's gotten speed and damage, it gets speed and damage. Yeah, so we're just using this to get an extra Jedah once per turn. For the actions, I'm playing 2 Ancestral Quiver. I'm using it for the form, discard my opponent's entire momentum so that I can just go off again and start eating their their stuff. While it's in the card pool, it gets +1 to all my checks. And then I have a form where I can discard a momentum to give all my attacks stun 2. And I have a form that my opponent has to pay 1 to play cards. It's okay. I should have been playing 3, which is the thing I was going for. I thought 2 was just going to be enough. And then on to the foundations. Playing 3 Inhuman Speed. It gives us speed equal to our momentum to a maximum of 3, and then I can R-commit, cancel life gain, burn my opponent. I'm playing 3 Uniting Rebels, just desperation once per turn, gain a life. I'm playing 2 Unpredictable Movements. I'm just using it for the enhanced commit for -2 speed. Sometimes, though, we can enhance destroy to give a charge or a slam -3 speed if the situation so requires. Playing 3 Fusion Refusal. It's just good spam that puts itself in the card pool, not counting towards progressive, and it gives plus or minus damage. Play 3 Azure Nightmare. It's just a foundation that readies itself with the enhance once per turn, discard to ready, and then if my opponent stuns me, I can burn him for 2. And it also checks a 6. I'm playing 2 His Gift of Immortal Blood. We just give our opponent momentum to buff Jedah's enhance to give damage, or vice versa to neg damage. And then if our opponent like loops cards in their discard pile, we can just like, I don't want you to have that card anymore. And then it's got to enhance. If our opponent at least has a momentum, we can discard a momentum for -5 speed. It's a really great control piece. Playing 2 Bug Zapper. I just wanted to make sure that I could build momentum, which I found I didn't really have a problem. But with Bug Zapper, after we check an attack, we can add this to our momentum, and then I can R-commit for +1 to my check for each of the momentum I have. It's pretty neat. Like sometimes you can get like +3 to like your check, which is pretty easy. Playing 2 Wearlight. That's just a really good card. Enhance, flip, choose one of your opponent's enhances, and if they can't play that enhance, then they just have to pass. It's really, really good. And then also has a response on your turn. Respond commit to bounce one of your opponent's cards to their hand. One of their reversals, like if they try to reversal you. I'm playing 2 Mercy Rations. I was just trying to make sure that my opponent couldn't TK Mastery me. It's just got a good low block. It has a static of if it's discarded by your opponent's card effect, then you get to draw 2, which is whatever. We're just trying to like lock down really good defensive pieces that like our opponent has multiple copies of or trigger multiple times. Playing 3 Manji Ninjutsu. Use it for the first form, 7+ to add the top card of my discard pile to my momentum. It's not perfect, but like on turns that we can't really do much, it enables us to do something. I'll form, commit this one other thing to build a momentum, and then it just says that my deed is like always live. At the cost of committing like 2 foundations at the start of our turn, a deed is live on our opponent's turn, and like deed just like blows people out sometimes. I think it's a pretty good card in the Chaos version at least. Playing 3 Honky Tonk Woman. Enhance flip. Pick the top card of our deck if it's a top card of our discard pile. If it's a foundation and it comes into our staging area committed. So with Jedah, we can do like a little soft loop of like respond, blow up a face down Honky Tonk. And then if we reversal them, we can Honky Tonk to build another Honky Tonk. Yeah, just a little baby loop if we like block reversal. Playing 3 Face of a Monster. Just a really good control piece. The effects are once per turn. You can deadlock form, make your opponent discard 1, deadlock response, or deadlock enhance to change the zone. And then you can respond, give -1 or -2 speed if you pay a life. Playing 4 Protecting Kina. Says we can block anything at the cost of a momentum, and then it says enhance destroy, add the top card of our deck to our momentum. And it's got a good 1 low block, or 1 mid block, sorry. It checks a 4, which is kind of sad, but it's still a good card. Playing 4 Over the Top just to help our builds. It doesn't count towards progressive, and then enhance, put in the card pool, reveal the top card of our deck. Pretty self-explanatory. Playing 4 Outworlds Eris, just enhance, lose life to bounce an asset or foundation to our opponent's hand. X equals the life we paid, and then the card that we're trying to bounce. And then we can also burn ourselves to make our opponent not have stun ability on an attack. So we're just trying to debuild our opponent as fast as possible, like in this deck. And then I'm playing 2 Hunt for Spiders and Dragons. While it's in the card pool, if I play an attack, I can build it face down as a foundation and flip one of my opponent's cards. And then respond flip. If I hit them with a life or a death attack, I can burn them for 2 or I can gain 2. It just gets rid of certain problem cards. Alright guys, and that was my Jedah deck profile under Chaos. Like I said earlier in the video, he does in fact have 3 symbols. He does have Chaos, Death, and Water. Seeing as how Chaos is the first one, it's the most forgotten. But yeah, if you guys like the deck profile or any of the content, whether it's the matches or the study hall, stuff like that, you can find us on Patreon at TCGU University, sub just at the $1 level, and you get everything just a week early. If not, that's cool. You can just check us out on YouTube, hit the bell, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom about us. Yeah, word of mouth helps out a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and stay alert.